Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or you can call me or text me on my YouTube number. I'm not sure where to start, but I think I should start with a dream that I had earlier this morning. It seemed like I was in a restaurant, but Trump was in the restaurant as well. But I didn't get a feeling he was president. Okay? So I'm not quite sure how to interpret that dream because I've had a couple of things on my mind for the past week or so. I have been concerned about the way immigrants are being treated. And of course, when something like that is happening, since I've lived under dictatorships, these things never stop at one point. These people, they want more and more and more. They want to abuse more and more people. So maybe that's what it means, that whatever is happening is not going to touch me, which I think is one, Judge Matthew said, a dream involving Trump is a nightmare. True. You know, nothing is going to happen to me. And the second interpretation I feel, Maxine Ladouceur is here, so she's pretty good at it too. So, Maxine, you can give me your input. The next interpretation I feel like saying, since I did not get a feeling he's president, and that will I'll segue into the first topic on my title. Our military, I'm not sure if you guys saw what happened this morning at Quantico. I'm not sure if I should say everything that I am getting. And like I said before, I predicted yesterday or the day before that the generals were not going to be very happy about what they were about to watch. Well, that was an understatement. Okay. Actually, did not impress them at all, but that was expected somewhat on their part. And I guess actually was too proud to ask someone at DOD to help him write this is a very important speech like that to senior. I mean, these guys are generals and above. They didn't get there because they're stupid, you know. I didn't watch the whole thing. I could not watch it. I'm sorry, but I've watched a couple of clips. How it's like a manager and a company, okay? Instead of motivating your team to do a good job, you keep putting them down and calling them stupid. They don't know what they are doing. That's basically what he did this morning. And then also what he did is like having, you know, a sophomore in high school, okay, just started learning algebra, and then you tell him to go teach college level calculus. Doesn't compute, doesn't work. I've never been in the military, but I have a pretty good idea because my dad was in the military. This is not good. And also on top of it, and that's why I said my dream probably has something to do with what happened today. Trump, on top of whatever Eggshot did, threatened the generals with being fired if he doesn't like them. He thinks he's playing whatever the name of his show was. I don't remember what the name was because I never really watched it. Probably watched it once and found it boring and didn't watch it anymore. I don't enjoy watching people telling others you're fired. So, but my dream probably means that he may not be president for long. I'm not guaranteeing this, okay? I had the dream. I woke up this morning trying to figure it out, but it may have double meanings. Because when I saw him in the dream, I didn't feel like he was president. And the other thing is, because we were in a restaurant, I was on the table, and he was another one with a couple of people around him. I didn't see a whole, Secret Service or anything like that around him. And I looked at him, and I focused on what I was doing at my table. You know how the dreams are, really fast. You get those scenes, and then, you move on. So, intuitively, I feel, like I said, I would be surprised if he lasts till April, May of 26. But after I watched this morning what threatening those generals, if he wanted, and also one more statement, sorry. He advised Exshed to use the inner cities as training ground for our military. Okay, so after I watched a couple of clips, I didn't watch Trump's either. I saw a couple of clips because intuitively I knew what he was going to do. And he's going to do what I told you. He's going to look for, demand their loyalty and how they voted and how they feel about him. It's 800 of them, but I'm sure he's going to try to find a way. But maybe he'll fall asleep, before he gets a chance to. He can't talk to all of them, but I'm sure they have other people watching. Intuitively, that's what I feel. Okay, they have other people watching the generals. Guys, this is not good. This is not going to end well. If Trump was hoping this would motivate the military to do his bidding for him, he just destroyed every little bit of goodwill the military had for him. They've never, received any good feedback from Trump to anyone in the military. He calls them losers. If you join the military, all those type of things. And books have been written by Kelly and other generals, former generals. I'll just leave it this way. What happened this morning was not good. It's going to have major repercussions. The other thing is online. Do you guys remember I told you last week? People are going to start demanding his removal. This morning, online, I'm sure people who are watching his speech to the generals, because when you talk in front of these people, they're not high school or, they're not Fox News reporters. These people are really smart. Look at Milou. I don't know Kelly very well. Kelly, his former chief of staff, Trump's former chief of staff. But he doesn't look stupid to me either. He may be a little cuckoo upstairs when it comes to his politics. I don't know why he put himself in that situation to begin with. Okay? If he's counting, the prediction I made before, after I watched this morning, make me feel I am correct. Deploying the military in Chicago, among other places he wants to deploy it, and expect them to do his bidding, it's not going to work. Mark my word. That's my prediction, my friend. I'll leave it here. And let me see if you guys have questions. And when it comes to Bondi, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Cheryl 522 says, I'm frozen. I'm sorry, I'm still going by me here. And you guys should be hearing me well. And please, by the way, if I have sound problem, please call me. I know how to fix it like this because I don't understand what Microsoft is doing, okay? Wendy French says, I lost Milou. I have a good round circle in the middle of my screen. Yeah, mine is still going. Okay, I have to look into why it's doing this. I don't know. Because I have high speed here and I pump out data like crazy. Okay, Raymond Di Pasquale says, Peter Kegg's breath was trying to butter up the military hierarchy with, yes, I don't think that worked very well. Pamela says, yesterday my video froze with the circle. Yes, it's because it's buffering for some reason. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. It may have to do with you guys' internet service, okay, or maybe YouTube, because I'm still on. I'm not buffering here at all. Okay. Bondi is beginning to worry because she's beginning to feel or felt that she has crossed the red line. Because everything that's going on, she's fully aware, like I have been saying for a long time, that the Trump administration is basically everything hinges on lies. Just like Vance went out last evening, that's the latest lie, okay, saying that Democrats are working to get undocumented immigrants health care. That's what they're fighting for. It's beginning to affect Bondi. Bondi doesn't know what to do. And also, she is afraid of what's coming because she has accumulated so many enemies. MAGA don't like her. People around Trump, when I say around Trump, there is jealousy going on behind there too. But she has enemies like Patel, Bongino, among others. And the other thing, the other major problem is Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller walks her like his dog. And we know how arrogant he can get. Intuitively, I feel Bondi has enough of it. She doesn't know what to do. She's afraid of leaving the administration. When you find yourself in a situation and you don't know what to do, that's where she is right now. But the biggest fear when I focus on Bondi is if she quits, because right now she's in government, she has protective services, she has the Secret Service, I don't know who else, okay? She has to protect her. If she quits, she loses that security detail. And she's afraid because of all the threats, what can happen to her. That's one of her major issues, it feels like to me. But my friends, and it's not only Bondi and this administration that's beginning to feel very uneasy. Don't let the facade and the lies fool you. Things are not well behind the scenes. And let me tell you one more thing. The woman who's the Secretary of Agriculture, I think, okay, somebody was overlooking her shoulders and they read, I'm sure you probably guys read about it. I'm going to make it short. She realized that China outsmarted Trump. Hang on a second. I don't remember if it's Venezuela. Hang on a second. Bear with me. Leaked text about China, soybeans. Argentina. Basically, and I don't understand why these people did not catch this, okay? Well, how they let it pass them by? You know what China did? Instead of buying soybeans from our farmers, they switch everything. They're buying it from Argentina now. In Argentina, Trump went and either loaned or gave Argentina something like over $20 billion or something to that effect. And they just realized what China did. And that woman, I don't remember her name, during, while they were at the UN last week, that's when she realized not only her, Besant and others, they were outsmarted by China. Argentina not only selling soybeans because that guy who gave Musk that chainsaw, I forget his name, Milou, Zili, whatever his name is, okay? He basically, what Trump is doing here is what he's doing in Argentina. He tanked the economy. If you know, inflation is sky high, everything is sky high, and he's having a lot of problems with his economy. So he had to find some money somewhere to bandage the economy until they figure out something. But he thought he could. He thought he knew better. Things fell apart. But the point I'm trying to make is China outsmarted us. These people are beginning to realize, or have realized, things are not looking good, and how's the American people going to react when they find out about a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of yet? We will find out. Okay? I'm just citing that as an example of what's on the mind of a lot of Trump's cabinet members. What happened this morning at Quantico, a lot of people who are watching, intuitively I feel they're not happy. People are calling for the 25th Amendment. A lot of people, and what is the name of that young singer again? Ariana Grande basically asked MAGA, how are things working for you? I'm sure you guys heard about it. But don't be mistaken. All those things have an effect on the population. Something is going to happen. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. Intuitively, I feel like saying in the not too distant future, somebody is going to have to make a decision. And let me tell you, the feedback from the military leaders, not going to be good. And they can try to fire them if they can. Watch Republicans fall apart. Yes, in Congress and the Senate as well. Because Trump and actually are going to try to fire a whole bunch of them. And there are people in Congress and the Senate, they understand how this works. They understand the things that they do can put our country in a very vulnerable position. Like today, we're in a very vulnerable position. Watch that fight. It's coming. And remember I told you, Republicans will break apart in the House. That's not going to help. Epstein is not going to help. I know that's what Trump want to keep off the radar. That's not going to work either. And also, the news media is beginning to feel uneasy. Watch changes there too against Trump and this government. It's reaching a crescendo, my friends, a turning point. They can't mask it or hide it anymore. Trump's performance this morning was really bad. And the past 2 weeks, whatever he's suffering from can no longer be ignored. And the clamoring for the 25th Amendment is only the beginning. From what I understand, I didn't see any of the posts, but I wasn't surprised. I don't talk about 25th Amendment because I don't know very much about it. I know that's one mechanism that exists to remove a president. All I know, this is not going to end well. Meaning he's not going to be happy. Trump is not going to be happy. It's coming. That's my prediction. Watch that space. And the other situation is Trump and the people around him, the way they jump, accuse people and blame others, point fingers. I'm moving to the third part of my title. I mentioned Vance already, the lie that he told, or he's been telling. I cited his latest lie. The Americans are not going to believe that. And then in the coming days, this administration no longer cares about truth or lies. It's all lies. Trump and people around him, the fanatics, Miller, Vaught, and all these people, they're going to try to find ways to declare war on anyone who doesn't believe in what they're selling. They started it already. It's going to get worse. Don't be afraid. I'm just saying what's coming, but it's not going to be, believe me, a miracle is going to happen. So hang in there. But, they're going to try to use an executive order that Trump released the other day that's so broad. They can accuse anyone. If you go out and protest and all that kind of stuff, they chose whether, if you are not on their side, what to charge you with. They're going to try that. It's going to backfire. That's basically why I put that there. And also, do you guys remember I told you, Robert and the MAGA side of the court, if they find a way to give Trump a win, they're going to give it to him. And also the reason why I mentioned this is because I told you those guys are going to be removed. There is an article on MSN about Roberts. Somebody, a lady, I believe she's a journalist or an expert in law, legal stuff, okay? I heard she wept when Roberts was nominated because it seems like she knows him well and knew he was going to basically destroy the court. That's what we are watching right now. Yes, somebody asked me a question, I believe it was yesterday or last Saturday. I think it was probably last Saturday about gay marriage and stuff like that. I don't see gay marriage being outlawed yet. Okay? But don't be surprised if he finds a way, he will give it to Trump. Someone else asked me about Ghislaine, whatever her last name. I forget her last name. Epstein's girlfriend. Okay? Will they listen to her, whatever it is, her appeal? Roberts will take a look at that personally because he knows what she knows about Trump's involvement in this whole shenanigan. If there is a slim chance to give her freedom, he'll do it. After I basically browsed through that article, about Roberts, I've never really come out before and said he's going to take Trump's side, because I am reading and I'm trying to, I don't want to just make blanket statement like that. But after I read what I read and the way I've been feeling about him, like I've been saying, if he has any little thing he finds to give him a win, he'll do it. He's in Trump's, whatever it is. And also, according to that lady, he is good friends and Leonard Leo's group of wealthy friends, probably receiving donation as well. We just don't know. Well, his wife, through his wife, maybe, because that she was helping placing judges and stuff like that, or she had some kind of HR or recruitment, something going on. We don't know. But my friend, my prediction is, I'm sorry, I hope I didn't confuse you with all that stuff, okay? It may take a little longer. They're not gonna win. Things today, for some reason, after what happened at Quantico, I feel it's a turning point for this country. Trump has proven to everyone he's too old. He doesn't have the qualities of a leader to keep this country together. This is going to turn and bite him. That's my prediction. Okay. It's in the mix. Says, Milou, do you sense that the commanders-in-chief would issue an order that our military generals will be obliged to report to Congress the military offenses? I'm not getting it that way. I think they're just going to balk. Let me tell you, I was kind of hesitant to say this. These people, those guys, I can't say it's all of them, but those guys can resign en masse, a whole bunch of them, to send, because if these guys decided, a few hundred of them just walk, it's a big problem for Trump and people around him, for the country. It's not for Trump, it's for us. Don't be surprised if Trump pushes his luck because he's supposed to be meeting with them. Okay? I'm not 100% sure. That's why I didn't say anything. But to answer your question, I don't think Congress, I mean, people and, Republicans, Democrats know where we stand. Republicans are very worried about what they saw this morning, except for a few. Okay, they're stupid enough, they're dumb. It's all about them, just like Trump, the Trump mentality. It's about himself, how much money he can make. If I don't know how many of you guys remember I told you, Ivanka and her husband, they had the little black books and getting everybody's numbers. You know what? He's going to sign a deal with Saudi Arabia or one of those Arab Middle East countries for $50 billion. I don't know what it's about. Okay? So that's what Trump and his family are about. It's not about America. I'm sorry. I'm not getting it about the country at all. Okay? This is not about us. So other people in Congress feel the same way. It's about them. So those, thank God there aren't that many of those, but there are some. but I don't feel these guys in the military. When I gauge their mood, I mean, they're not stupid. They're not going to do dumb things, alienate Congress. No, because they need people in Congress to support what they do. But let me tell you, don't be surprised if Trump and Xi push their luck. You have resignation en masse. People, well, I shouldn't say resignation, retirement en masse. Watch. Okay, and it's not going to be good for our country. I hope that doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Trini passed his 6 says, Milou, he said he got $17 trillion from tariffs so he can use it to pay for healthcare. Yeah, right. That's another thing he was doing this morning. He's lying to those guys. It's crazy. You know? Oh, no, but you can be sarcastic. He made up some big number like that. I've heard him say something similar. That's why I didn't... the number you mentioned didn't mean anything. I've heard him say it. Yes. Okay. He raised a lot of money. All right? From tariff and everything else. I wonder if he told that he shut down 7 wars or something like that. He prevented 7 wars, something to that effect, or created something. I don't remember exactly how he put it. Okay, I'm looking for questions. But he declared that he raised a whole bunch of money. Diana one says, in Canada today, we remember our kids who died in residential schools and those who still carry the trauma of that. We wear orange shirts. I love to see your orange shirt. Migwe, thank you. You're very welcome. Yes, I was reading this morning that to wear orange to support Native Americans and Native people in general and the plight of Native women. So I said, oh, I have an orange shirt. I'll wear it. So you're right. I'm glad you noticed. Okay. Mary Johnson says, have you all heard about the 1,200 missing people who were put in alligator Alcatraz? Yes. And there's that lawyer, JJ Legal. She said some of them are in Texas and another group is someplace else. So they are, and some have been deported as well. Okay. So they're still around, but they're in different places. As we know, they are trying to keep Trini. Yeah, the Trump administration is trying to, or Norm is trying to keep everything secret about locations and preventing people from talking to their lawyers, all kinds of game they're playing. So, Trini Pasture, I can't answer your question. That's why I didn't even touch that well. Trini Pasture says, Milou, remember what Elderly said. What you reap, you sow. Dumpy will sow soon. Exactly. Yes, that I can answer, but the other one I'm not going to even go there. That's heavy. Okay, I think this is it, friends. Oh, Live Life Tarot. I'm glad you saw it. Live Life Tarot says, man, if I were to talk to generals this way and it to be made public, oh my God, heads are going to roll. Yeah, well, Trump thought he was very impressive. So impressive and so important, he threatened to fire, those he doesn't like or those who will not, do his biddings. I thought that was, he didn't make, like I said, I wonder if he's ever tasted honey. Somebody should maybe, have a cup of vinegar and a teaspoon of honey and let him taste which one he prefers. Jenny Passy 61 says, Milou, the Venezuelans were fishermen. I am from Trinidad. Their family are speaking outside. Yes, I'm not surprised their families. I knew it was going to be a matter of time before their families start going after Trump. Unfortunately, we're going to have our money, our tax money, are going to, well, there's a lot that's to come over that whole killing people on the high seas. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel and you're another subscriber, I'm still trying to get to 1 million. Please subscribe. And also, friends, please share the videos with your friends, because for some reason my views are dropping. I don't know if it's because yesterday I had that sound issue. For some reason, Microsoft made a change on my... whenever they make a change, these days you don't know anymore when Microsoft makes a change. So it may affect your certain things on your computer. That's what happened to me yesterday. And that's what happened to me a number of times. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's happening. And YouTube pay Trump 22 millions. Good. So, but anyway, please subscribe. That would help me a lot. Don't forget to tap on the notification bell either. Please give me a thumbs up. That will... if you give me a thumbs up, the algorithm will tend to show the video to more people, and that would help me tremendously. And if you feel like donating, that'll be welcome as well. Thank you, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.